Good morning, presidents, VPEs, VPMs, VPPRs, secretaries, treasurers, and sergeant at arms. Welcome, everybody, new club officers for 2022 and 2023. Well done for stepping into a leadership position. You will enjoy it, make the most of it. You will learn so much by holding a role within a club. Today, I want to talk to you about some useful things that you need to do early on in your club committee. And it actually is beautifully guided by Toastmasters International, and there's plenty of paperwork that you can have a look at. The first one, the very important one, is actually your Distinguished Club Programme and your Club Success Plan. And as you can see from the screen, there is a PDF to talk you through it, but there's just a couple of things within the document that I just want to point out to you and to guide you in how maybe to keep track of some of your goals throughout the year. But all will become clear as I talk through it. I will send you this, or you will have this as part of a G Drive, a Google Drive, where you can have access to these documents at all times. So don't worry about not having that to hand. At this moment in time, I will just talk you through. As with any document that is provided by Toastmasters International, there is always early on in the document a reminder of the Toastmaster mission, the club mission, the values, the brand, and some Toastmaster promises, which are always useful to have a little look at and maybe to remind people of at regular occasions. But as I mentioned today, I want to look at the Distinguished Club Programme and its relevant goals. So scrolling through a couple of more pages, we come to the Distinguished Club Programme. And this is where I want to just focus on today. The Distinguished Club Programme is a programme where a club has a number of goals that it can achieve throughout the year. And those goals will lead to points, and those collated points lead to you getting a Distinguished Club Award. So last year, for example, we managed to get select distinguished award for Lincolnshire County Council, listen to me, for Lincolnshire speakers. So that means that we reached 7 out of the 10 points that are available, or goals that are available through the Distinguished Club Programme. The club programme focuses on 4 different elements. It focuses on membership education, it focuses on membership growth, it focuses on training of the club officers, and it focuses on administration. It's useful early on in your club committee journey to look at these 10 goals and to think through how you might achieve those goals throughout the year. There is, however, another qualifying requirement, and it's important to be aware of that. In order to qualify, a club needs to have either 20 members to be in good standing, or to show a net growth of 5 new dual or reinstated members throughout that year. The reason the second option exists is because some of the clubs, if you've only got 12 members, for example, you still are making an effort to grow your club without a shadow of a doubt. If you can show that you have grown the club by 5 more members throughout the year, then Toastmasters International acknowledges that effort and therefore allows you to qualify for the Distinguished Club Programme Awards. So what are these goals that I keep talking about? Well, they are set out on the next page. goals to be achieved. So the goals are, as mentioned, membership education, membership growth, training of your club officers and administration. Starting off with education. So this really is part of the role of your Vice President of Education, but to be frank, it takes everybody to really take note of this. And you may want to share these goals with your members early on so that your members are aware that they are part of something bigger than themselves, that they are part of the success of the club by moving their education forward. And that can be, for some people, that might be motivating to know that they are achieving not just for themselves, but they are achieving for the club as well. So starting off throughout the year, so we have our year runs from the 1st of July till the 30th of June the next year. So we have a full year of goals to be achieved. And within that year, in terms of education, you get assigned a point or assigned a success, a partial success, when you have 4 members who are achieving or finished their level 1 within that year. You need to achieve 2 level 2s in that year. And if you achieve a further 2 level 2s, you get another point. So you've already got 3 points if you get those 3 first goals achieved. Goal number 4 is to have 2 members that do their level 3 or finish off their level 3. Point number 5 comes from 1 member either finishing off a level 4 or a level 5. And the same is true of the 6th goal, which again is level 4, level 5, or a Distinguished Toastmaster Award. What that means, that's something for another video. That is really when you've already on your 2nd pathway, close to completing your 2nd pathway. It's further on in the journey. I am not going to talk about DTM at this point. In terms of your membership, so this is a responsibility really the people who will lead on this most is your Vice President membership and your Vice President Public Relations, who will be working together on this one. So the membership is about growing the club by 4 new, dual or reinstated members is 1 point. If you add another 4, so then you get another point. So we are now already up to 7 points if you were to achieve all of these wonderful goals. So with 7 points, you are already on Select Distinguished Club Award, which is the 2nd level. Then you have 2 further points. Apologies, we're talking about 8. We're already on 8 points. I've just realized there's 2 more that where you can reach 9 or 10 points. Point number 9 is around training your club officers. Every club has a club committee which should have 7 or 8 club officers. And really what we want to achieve to get an extra point is for a minimum of 4 club officers to be trained during each of the 2 training periods. There are 2 training periods within the Toastmaster year. One that runs obviously from July to, I believe, November or December, and then it will be December, and then from January to June. These 2, in each of these 2 6-month periods, early on in that period, there will be a club officer training event. For the last couple of years, those events have been online. They may return back to in-person events, which means that there will be some travel involved, but it is a perfect opportunity to network with other Toastmasters from other clubs. And you know what, if you're a business leader or a director of a company or whatever your role may be, it is such a great opportunity to just connect with other people. To be able to say to another person, I'm a Toastmaster, and for somebody to respond saying, I'm a Toastmaster, you immediately have trust with the other person. So networking is crucial at these kind of events. So do join in those. They are really useful. They are really informative, and they really build connections with other people who hold a similar role as yourself, but in another club. And you can have those people to call upon at any time should you have any questions, or should you need to run something past another treasurer or another secretary or whatever. Yeah. The administration bit is really down to the president and the treasurer, I would say. So what that means is that you are being given a point for a goal that achieves 8 members to renew their, to pay their renewal fee on time in each of the 6-month periods. So as you remember, most of you will pay 6 monthly, £75 it is at the moment, and that's not going to change for, going forward for now. But in each of the 6 months, you pay £75. So if you pay your dues by a certain date, in the first 6 months, it is to be paid by the end of September. In the second 6 months, it's to be paid by the end of March. If you get 8 members to do that, by that time, you get an extra point on your Distinguished Club program goals. So I mentioned points. I mentioned that some points lead to a certain goal. Let me clarify what your goals lead to. If your club gets 5 out of 10 points, you are deemed a distinguished club and you get a Distinguished Club award. If you reach 7 out of 10 points, you get a Select Distinguished Program award. If you get 9 or 10 points, you get President Select Distinguished Club award. So it's a little bit of an incentive for people to just keep doing well with their club, because your club success really relies upon that. And obviously the more successful your club, the more you can reach those members out in the community and serve your local community with giving them a good quality experience in your club. That's as much as I wanted to cover on the document. I did mention that, in order for you to sort of keep track of where you are, you can access your report on Toastmasters International website. And what is also useful, I personally think, is that because all the clubs around the UK and Ireland are working on these same goals, every single club you can visit on Toastmasters International and look at their report and how they are doing. Now, that is probably a little bit more useful to your area and your division director for them to have a look at. But if you want to set up a little bit of friendly competition with a club near in your area, there's nothing wrong with you just keeping an eye on how they are doing versus how you are doing. If that motivates you, go for it. Where can you find this information, the club reports? If you go to Toastmasters International and you log in to your to the website, you press welcome and your name, you will go to what is called Club Central. If you go click to Club Central, you will find here a number of things. Have a look at these. I will talk you through these at another time, but here is your Distinguished Performance Report. If you click into that, you will see, and it might not automatically go to it, you might just have to put in Lincolnshire to find us. There we are, Lincolnshire speakers, and there is our wonderful report. This is last year's report. As you can see, our base number was, membership was 8. We are actually up to 19 members at the moment, which is fantastic. And this is just shows you how you are tracking against each of those goals. And when you get a tick, that means you've achieved it. And this year we have, as I mentioned, Select Distinguished Club Award with having reached 7 of our goals. To make it easy to track these goals, I have set up a club goal tracking spreadsheet. You can compare yourself to previous names, as you could, previous periods, presidencies, or whatever you want to call them. But this is just a spreadsheet for you to keep track of or to plan ahead and say, okay, who within the club is working on their level 1 at the moment? Well, actually, I know Emma is. I know Ross is. I know Julia is, right? So you can already start putting some names in and go, actually, I'm going to make sure as VPE, I'm going to make sure that these 4 people will progress towards finishing their level 1, because we want to have this one point at the end of the year. Who's working on their level 2? Well, actually, Heidi's working on her level 2. Someone else, Dave, might be working on his level 2. So we've already got 2 there. Who else has finished their level 1 last year? Let's have a think. I think it was, oh, I can't think of the names now. But so you can sort of track ahead and say, we already know that people are working on their level 2. We already know that people are working on their level 3. Let's put them down as the people to be encouraged to achieve that in this year. So as a VPE, that can be really useful. As I mentioned, for new members, you can track that easily by having names. You can track the 4 people that will be at your club officer training, you know, who are your officers who have committed to go to the training. And then you can easily track those on this spreadsheet. You don't have to use the spreadsheet. You know, I created it while I was president, and I thought it was really useful. You might not want to use it, that's absolutely fine, but just know that that's there in the Lincolnshire Speakers Google Drive, should you want to use it going forward. Personally, I would very much recommend it because it keeps you on track. But if you have a better way of doing it, that's fine too. I just wanted to share with you what we've been doing for the last 2 years, and it seemed to be working quite well in those 2 years that we've just had. So I hope that's been useful. I will make sure that these documents are all available to you as you start your journey as a new club committee. But if you have any further questions, I will be around. Other people who have held positions in the last year, you know, I am sure will be able to help you if you have any questions. So don't be afraid to ask. There are no stupid questions, only stupid answers. So please have a look at the video, work through it in your own time. And if you have any questions, just reach out. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Goodbye.